Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Skyline Park in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity girls soccer contest between the visiting Tigers of Newton North High School and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. This one should be a fun one. Always fun when these two local rivals face off against one another. Both off to a slow start to the season. Both still looking for their first win of the year. And that should make things give us quite a show here today. And fortunately, I'm not alone in bringing you this show here today. Joining me on the mic is my color commentator for this game, Brookline High sophomore and friend of the show here on this channel, Sam Lowenstein. Sam, thank you so much for joining me again.
Thank you for having me on again, Jesse. Brookline going up against Newton North. Neither team has won. Brookline with one draw. Newton North, they are 0-3 going into this game. And again, we talked about this before the stream started. Newton North, they're a team that they might not always score a lot, but they always stay in games, or at least often stay in games because of their good defense.
Yeah, that's often been the case in seasons past. You're absolutely right, Sam. That's something that the Newton North program has prided itself on. But defensively, they've been off to a tough start so far this season, a little out of character for them. They allowed 10 goals through their first 3 games of the season. 9 goals, excuse me. They are 0-3 so far with a 3-0 loss to Needham, a 4-1 loss to Wellesley, and a 2-1 loss to Natick. These two teams almost kind of flipped in terms of where their strengths and weaknesses lie, as Brookline, like you mentioned, they got the 1-1 draw to open the season at Weymouth. Since then, they've dropped games 3-0 to Needham and 2-0 to Wellesley. So Brookline with just 1 goal through 3 games, Newton North with 2. But Brookline having allowed 6 goals through those first 3 games, while Newton North has allowed 9. So both teams, a bit of a shaky start to the season, but nothing like a rivalry game to, maybe rev things up and see how things play out. But one important thing to note for the Brookline squad, Sam, is that they're missing a couple of key players, particularly on the defensive side, as I believe senior co-captain and center back Mirabelle Kesselman unable to play today, as is, I believe, one of their other main defenders, junior Jamie McGee, I believe, is also absent. So Brookline's going to need some new players to step up on the defensive end today, Sam.
Well, 100%, Jesse. It's going to be important for them. Luckily, it did look like Ian Lingrenpalm was on the sideline for the Warriors, and we talked about it just a second ago. Brookline, they're going to have to be good offensively and defensively. These teams kind of flip-flopping. Newton North usually defensively sound. The Warriors are going to have to look to exploit that weakness in the Tigers so far.
All right, and as we get ready to get this one going, let's go through the rosters for these two teams here today. We'll start with the visitors, the Newton North High Tigers that we can see over here on our right. Going in order of jersey number for Newton North today. First off, we have 2 players listed as number 0. We have junior Paris Phillips and sophomore Annabelle Wardley. Wardley is going to be starting in net for the Tigers today. Going through the rest of the roster. Next up, they have a junior number 2, Jocelyn Wardell, a junior number 3, Amanda Lustenberger, a senior number 4, Josephine Thomas, a junior number 5, Isabel Morse, a senior number 6, Colleen Walsh, a senior number 7, Lola Caruso, a senior number 8, Isabella Mangata, a senior number 9, Eva Hottefuel, a senior number 10, Xiaowei Ku, a junior number 11, Sky Larson, a sophomore number 12, Lauren Ree, a junior number 13, Ella Avisroar, senior number 14, Clara Binney, sophomore number 15, Emily Sloan, a junior number 16, Emily Reardon, a senior number 17, Zoe Antebi, a sophomore number 18, Alina Young, junior number 19, Campbell Demont, junior number 20, Octavia Toma, junior number 21, Lily Southall, a sophomore number 22, Maria Papoutsis, and a senior number 23, Grace Marchand. Head coach of the Newton North High girls soccer team is Brian Leeton. So that's the roster for Newton North. Now we move over to our left. Let's take a look really quick at the roster for the Brookline High Warriors. Going in order of jersey number, first off, we have a senior co-captain who has 1 goal and 4 assists for her career, nothing so far this season. That's Elin Lindgren Palm. Next, a sophomore who got her first career varsity assist in the season opener at Weymouth, Nev Kesselman. Next, a junior number 5, Hannah Greer. A junior with 2 career goals, number 6, Paige Hammond. A senior with 2 goals and 3 assists on her career, including Brookline's only goal so far this season, number 7, Amalia Lindgren Palm. A junior with 1 goal and 3 assists on her career, number 8, Juliana Siegel. A junior number 9, Kaylee Coe. A junior number 10, Alexa Lieberman Wingirder. A sophomore, number 11, Rose Shoret. A junior, number 12, Astrid Nigrovich. A senior co-captain with 2 goals and 4 assists on her career, number 13, Julia Vianello. A junior with 5 career assists, number 15, Haley Ament. A senior with 4 goals and 2 assists on her career, number 19, Jada Kimbrough. A senior, number 20, Priscilla Hill. A senior co-captain with 4 career goals and 6 career assists, number 21, absent today, Mirabelle Kesselman. A senior, number 22, Eva Berkson. A junior, number 23, absent for today, Jamie McGee. A senior with 4 career goals and 2 career assists, number 25, Lila Kennan. And then 3 listed goalies on the roster for Brookline. 2 listed at number 37, junior Liv Clawiter and sophomore Sadie Sawada. But starting in net for Brookline today is a junior number 38, Chloe Price. Head coach of the Brookline High girls soccer team is Ben Peters. All right, we're about to get this one going here in the first half. Newton North will start us off, and here we go. We got the Sky High tripod going today, so a different view here at Skyline, which is nice. Ball's bouncing back and forth. It's taken by Haley Ament. Ament taking it. Nice touch to the outside. They try the give and go, but the pass a little too far, and it's taken away by Newton North by, I want to say, number 9, Eva Hottefuel. But the pass to the outside goes out of bounds, Brookline ball. Quick throw in for Brookline, tapped towards the middle. Number 6 for Brookline, Paige Hammond, was dribbling with that one. Deflected out of bounds. Did they call a foul on that play? A weird stoppage here.
Looks like Brookline still gearing up for a throw, but regardless, Jesse, bit of a weird whistle there. As the referee still awaits to...
Yeah, looks like they're getting ready to throw it in. And folks, since this is my first time using the high-rise tripod in almost a year now, just let me know how it looks for you guys. Let me know if there's anything that you want changed. We're going to have a small blind spot on the near sideline around midfield. But aside from that, we should have a really nice view here. Throw in up the far side for Brookline. Bringing it out is Ament. Ament dribbling across the middle, sends a pass through, but it's blocked. Oh, but staying after the ball is Julia Vianello, number 13, chasing it down on the near sideline, gets the ball, passes back. And they try to work it to that corner, and the pass is going to roll out the back end. Eva Berkson trying to lead someone there, but no dice. It'll be a goal kick, I believe.
Well, Brookline trying those give and goes here early in the game, and they've had decent success. Newton North playing pretty softly back on defense, bending but not breaking as they're playing cautiously after they gave up 10 goals in 3 games.
Annabelle Wardley setting up for the goal kick. A little bit of confusion as one of her teammates was, looks like one of the backs might be taking this.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, looks like. They send the kick up the middle, and Vianello collects it. Vianello taps one over to Berkson. Berkson dribbling, sends one forward to Ament. Ament dribbling around. Ament's got some space. Ament collides with a defender and loses the ball as it's cleared out by the Newton North defense there. I think that was number 19. Pass it up to number 8, dribbling through our blind spot, but gets across midfield. That's Isabel Mangata after taking the pass from, I believe, Campbell DeMont. Mangata pass to the middle. A deflection into open space, but Paige Hammond going to get there first and clear that one out of bounds.
Good clearance from him, and Newton North going really quick here on the counter attack, working it from side to side, but Brookline maintaining their shape.
An attempted centering pass there, deflected and cleared out by the Brookline defenders. That one cleared out, I believe, by number 12, Astrid Nigrovich. This one sent forward by Newton North. Nigrovich in coverage again as they run out of space on that back line. And that'll force a goal kick. Good defensive fundamentals by Astrid Nigrovich to not just inhibit the attacker, but also keep from touching the ball, huh, Sam?
Most definitely.
Goal kick from Price, sends it forward, sent back from Hannah Greer to Nigrovich, sent up that far side, a kick forward by Priscilla Hill, too far, and that's going to bounce out of bounds. Looked like she was trying to find Ament on that play.
And there, Jesse, Priscilla Hill's just looking to do a lot in a quick play and a miscommunication.
And that's going to be that's going to be called every day of the week, as Haley Ament, off of the bad deflection from Newton North on their throw-in. Ament was trying to take off with it. Defender knocks her over, and it'll be a free kick for Brookline. Looks like Ament will take it herself. Ament was tied for the team lead in assists 2 years ago in 2023, but then missed much of 2024 to injury. She launched this one in. Just misses the foot of Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Almost a golden chance for Brookline to score, but it'll bounce out of bounds. Goal kick.
Jesse, that one was timed up well from Brookline. Amalia Lindgren-Palm in the right place at the right time, just unable to connect. But those are the type of opportunities you want to be generating if you're Brookline.
Absolutely. So close to perfect timing there, and it's so hard to time those up because you got to look out for the offsides. This one booted out to the far side. Bouncing along, and Nigrovich let it bounce out of bounds.
It's her second smart play of the game.
Indeed. Nigrovich displaying good fundamentals on the back line as Brookline moving with it. Ament trying to dribble, but the reinforcements come. Bit of a scrum for the ball. It's tapped forward, taken by Hammond now. Hammond trying to send one forward, but Julia Vianello was cut off by her defender, and I believe DeMont let that smartly run out of bounds. That was number 15, Emily Sloan, who was boxing out Vianello from getting to that leading pass from Hammond.
And you got to wonder, looking back to that foul play for the Brookline Warriors, was that a tactical foul of sorts? As it definitely slowed their momentum.
Battling for the ball on the near side, Vianello taking control in a tight space. Almost lost it to DeMont, but she muscles her way through, sends it forward to Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Lindgren-Palm trying to get around a defender and gain the edge. She cuts back, gets a bit of an opening, pass back, looking for Berkson, tries a give and go with Lindgren-Palm. Lindgren-Palm's breaking through, and a slide tackle disrupts, and another extra deflection. Amalia Lindgren-Palm almost fought through a sea of defenders, but then Grace Marchand, the last tap necessary to get it away from Amalia Lindgren-Palm and allowed to be picked up by Wardley. Punted across midfield. Newton North trying to work fast in transition again. Walled by Elin Lindgren-Palm, who sends it back to Nigrovich. Negrovic sending it up that far side and out of bounds.
And there Lindgren Plum getting wide open for Brookline on the right side. Looked like she was going to have a shot opportunity, hesitated for that 1/2 a second.
Well, I'd say wide open
not
is a
wide,
stretch. She was fighting through about
wide
3 or 4
open,
defenders.
had
But
a
you're
quick
right. She was starting to
opportunity.
get an opportunity there.
Maybe not wide open, but
Yes. Yeah. No, but still a strong chance.
a strong chance is right.
Yeah.
Strong
a
chance and
timeout.
a good closeout.
A timeout appears to have been called here. So we got a short break. But yeah, no, that was definitely some good passing on that play between Lindgren Palm and Berkson. And then Lindgren Palm was fighting through a number of defenders, but it's just so tough as more and more reinforcements come in, because you got to have such.
She had 3 defenders on her at the end.
Exactly.
Super close play.
And it'll be interesting to see how that back line handles things for Brookline. We mentioned Elin Lindgren Palm is here today. I think she actually missed the season opener at Weymouth that I covered. Negrovic and Rose Shoret on that back line with her, as Brookline's running 3 backs today, looks like. And again, with the 3-back formation, typically less of a defensive wall, as some teams will go with a 4-back formation, and they're doing that while missing 2 of their best defensive players in Kesselman and McGee. So it'll be interesting to see how Elin Lindgren Palm and Astrid Negrovic and Rose Shoretz step up on that back line here today.
Also, Newton North hasn't done all that well offensively, so you got to wonder if Brookline's looking to create something of their own. It's a sacrifice they're willing to make.
And a battle through midfield is won by Brookline as they get it to Ament. Ament swings it across the field looking for Vianello. Vianello takes it, passes back to Rose Shoret. Shoret passes further back to Elin Lindgren Palm, who goes all the way back to goalie Chloe Price. Sends it out to the far side to Negrovic. Negrovic trying to take it up the sideline. Pass up the line, misses Priscilla Hill, out of bounds.
Good play by Short to turn around and make something out of it to get it to Lindgren Palm, avoiding a near catastrophe.
And we got a whistle here. And remember, fans, this live stream is unlisted, meaning only folks with the link can watch it. So if you know of any Brookline fans that want to watch today's game, be sure to send them the link. In the meantime, a free kick coming up for Newton North. They lift this one high towards the box, off ahead, but off the head the wrong way. Chased down on the far side, a pass knocked away by Shoret, but it looks like it's going to be recovered. Pass back from number 5, Isabel Morse, now sent forward by number 9, Eva Hottefuel, but they run out of room on the back line. Out of bounds, as I think they were trying to get it to Emily Sloan on the near side.
On that exchange, Brookline, even with their formation of a 3-back, they're able to get into their defensive shape quick enough to prevent any opportunity.
This one sent to the near side and knocked out of bounds. It'll be Brookline ball. Vianello throws it into Berkson, taps it back to Vianello, who sends it up the line. Headed out of bounds by DeMont, trying to keep it away from Amalia Lindgren Palm. It'll be another Brookline throw-in. Vianello back to Berkson. Berkson dribbling, avoiding pressure, sends it across to Elin Lindgren Palm. Gives it back to Berkson. Berkson trying to send it up the line to Vianello. Vianello trying to escape, can't get away from Mangata, or from Sloan, as she loses control of that one out of bounds. DeMont throws it in back to Hottefuel. Hottefuel pass back and deflected by Paige Hammond, gets to Ament. Ament racing across midfield. Ament trying to find an opening. Ament picking up speed. Ament, a crosser kick, misses Amalia Lindgren Palm, and it's going to be chased down in the far corner by Newton North as they just knock it out of bounds. But how about Haley Ament in the transition game so far today?
Most definitely, Jesse, and even there, Lindgren Palm was open previously, but a little bit of a defensive wall played by Newton North obscures her vision. And now after the ball goes out of bounds, looks like a goal kick for the Tigers.
Indeed, it will be. We got our first note in the live chat from Adrian Fricky saying, "Go Warriors." Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, fans, if there's anything you'd like to say, you can say it in the live chat here on YouTube or by sending me an email. You can see my email in the bottom right corner of your screen. Battling in the corner, Amalia Lindgren-Palm putting on the pressure, tries a shot, but it's taken off one hop by Annabelle Wardley, but Amalia Lindgren-Palm making her presence known on the offensive end.
For sure, and that's a good shot considering the difficult angle from Amalia Lindgren-Palm.
Off the deflection here, it's chased down by Paige Hammond. She's cut off, and the defense knocks it out of bounds, Brookline ball.
Hammond able to get a little bit physical there to create the possession opportunity for Brookline without touching the ball. One of those hidden things that you don't really see it, but you never know what happens on the next possession.
Well, the next possession will be Newton North's as that one last touched by Brookline. Throwing up the line is complete. Number 13, Ella Avesroar, tried to pass along that far side, but they lost control of it, and it'll be Brookline ball now. Throw in goes to Paige Hammond. Disrupted and the ball taken away, I think, by Hot Fuel. Sends it back to Wardley. Wardley sends it out to DeMont, who sends it out to Sloan on the near side. Sloan trying to keep control and pass to the middle. Knocked away by Greer. Ament trying to fight for it, but DeMont knocks it off of Ament's foot, out of bounds, Newton North ball.
And Jesse, this game has really been a pure stalemate so far. Neither team has been able to get much of an edge.
Number 8, Isabella Mangata, sending that one forward through the middle, and nobody there. It's picked up easily by Price.
That's the right idea from Mangata, looking for Ella Avesroar, but Avesroar was lined up a little bit behind the ball. Just timing imperfect there for Newton North.
And a wild ricochet, and I think they might have called a foul. They called a foul on Brookline, so it's going to be a free kick for Newton North. Not sure if maybe someone grabbed a jersey or if maybe that kick from Greer hitting off someone's head so close might have drawn some kind of automatic ruling. I'm not sure.
Could have been, as it came off the head of Hot Fuel. Also could have been a handball.
Yeah, that's
hard
also
to see
possible
from our angle, but
either way, Marchand will be taking this free kick from around midfield, launches it towards the box, flying in, off the bounce. Price goes up and grabs it. Chloe Price searching for where to go with this one. She's going to punt it towards midfield. Bouncing along. Amalia Lindgren-Palm heads it forward. A little too far forward, and it's going to be booted away, I believe, by DeMont. That one bounces over Shorett's head, and they got a foul for the grab on as Shorett, a little too physical, trying to stop Mangata there.
This is the first real set-piece opportunity of the game for Newton North. Brookline had one free kick where a good in-ball came, and Amalia Lindgren-Palm just missed the timing, almost scoring, nearly connecting with the ball, but the first good set-piece opportunity here for the Tigers.
Marchand setting up to kick this one. Lifts it again towards the box. Header! Missed it high, and I'm not sure if it went over the bar or wide of the post, but either way, that'll be a goal kick.
It looks like it went over the bar. That's one of those optical illusions, Jesse. Looked like it went in the net for a split second, but pretty clearly over. Still a dangerous opportunity for the Tigers.
Both teams missing on some free kick setups by a matter of inches here in the first half. Still no score as Price gives it to Nigrovic, sends it out to the far side. Dribbling with it, number 4, Nev Kesselman. As the ball was lost out of bounds, it'll be Newton North ball. Throw in, tapped back, now kicked towards the middle. Deflects back, and it's booted back the other way into the box off the head of Nigrovic and out of the box over to Berkson. Berkson taps it to the outside towards Kesselman. Kesselman trying to get around the edge, running out of room on that sideline, and it stays in bounds off the deflection there, I think, by Hottefuel, and now it's taken back on the interception by Greer. Greer sending it up to Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Lindgren-Palm sending one across, and it's blocked by DeMont. DeMont taking it out, sending it forward, looking for, I believe, Mangata. Mangata dribbling one-on-one against Shoret, cutting towards the middle, still cutting across, winding and firing, and it's going to roll wide of the net.
Near Mangata, good lateral movement, setting up the opportunity. Still not a shot on goal for either side, not a proper shot on goal, I should say. Of course, there's been little shots here and there, but no real big chances that have had to warrant saves.
Brookline trying to work this ball up the middle, but it's intercepted by DeMont. The pass intercepted back by Greer. Greer sending it upfield, but too close to the middle as it's intercepted, but then knocked loose by Ament up to Vianello. Vianello racing. They got some numbers here. Vianello getting around her defender. Vianello tried a centering kick. It's deflected, trying to stay after it, and Wardley slides in and covers it up.
That was a great opportunity for Vianello, as only one defender to beat on that play for a second in the midfield.
Sloan trying to take it up the near side, lost track of it in a couple of deflections, and it's taken by Vianello. Opts to send it back to Elin Lindgren-Palm, who swings it out to Shoret. Shoret up the line, nobody there, miscommunication, and it's taken by DeMont. DeMont thought about going back to her goalie, but it was covered by Amalia Lindgren-Palm, so she sends it upfield, finds Avisroar. Avisroar sends it to the outside, too far, out of bounds.
And Newton North trying to go side to side here across the field. Brookline is more targeted through the middle of the Tigers' defense. Slightly different strategies from the two sides.
Throw in up the far side. Ament gets around a defender and takes off down the sideline. Ament picking up speed. Ament racing. Pass gets through. Paige Hammond knocked away by the defense.
Well, the thing is, Jesse, a lot of the offensive success Brookline has had, it's when players just dribble. The passing lanes have been often intercepted, but dribbling-wise, it seemed that Brookline has been slightly superior to Newton North.
They go back to Shoret here, up the middle, and lost, and Brookline was looking for a push call. They didn't get it. Being taken the other way by the Tigers. They go out to the far side. Avisroar across her into the middle. Nobody there as it goes all the way across the box, and it's taken by Shoret. Shoret clears it out near side and lost out of bounds. Newton North ball. DeMont quickly throws it back to number 6, Colleen Walsh. Walsh lifts it out to the far side. Ball goes bouncing along, knocked out of bounds by Kesselman, and it'll be Tigers ball.
And the Tigers now trying to go to the right side. Brookline did a good job earlier in the game with closing off the left when the Tigers approached the box, although Newton North was able to encroach, at least somewhat.
Getting ready for the throw in here. Deflects away, and now I think that's number 10, Xiaowei Ku, passing it back to Hotfuel. Hotfuel's pass just misses its target, mishandled as Eva Berkson kicks it up to Amalia Lindgren-Palm, sends it back to Shoret, who gives it back to Elin Lindgren-Palm as Brookline trying to set something up. Elin Lindgren-Palm sends it through to Ament. Ament trying to send it up the line pretty far. Kesselman trying to race after it, but no chance.
And that went a little bit too far, just a miscommunication between the two. Still the right idea for Brookline, but with a lot of those give and goes, they've struggled to time them up so far in the game.
Throw in, headed back by Brookline, but recovered by Marchand. Sends it back to Walsh. Upfield, a couple deflections, and it's taken by Greer. Greer with another midfield takeaway. She passes over to Berkson. Berkson Pass back, Elin Lindgren-Palm out to Nigrovic. Nigrovic taps it forward, off the mark, knocked away. Upfield, it's taken by Avisroar. Avisroar dribbling, pass towards the middle, looking for Koo. Koo passes back, and now a pass across to Demont. Demont dribbling it up. Demont stops, taps. Koo, a pass to the outside, into the corner with it. Dribbling with it now, number 11, Sky Larson. Her pass lost, knocked away by the Brookline defense. Recovered by Hotefuel. Hotefuel dribbling down towards the corner, tries a crosser blocked by Vianello, but that is going to draw the first corner kick of the day.
Well, the interesting thing, Jesse, is whenever Newton North gets the ball, Brookline, their midfield drops fully back. Eva Bergson comes back into defense, and they're almost acting like as if they had more defenders back, more than 3, so it ends up basically accounting for the same thing with the same result for Brookline, but just with more offense.
Newton North sends in the corner, and someone got a foot on it. I think it was Avisroar, but well blocked by the Brookline defense as Shoret clears it out. Demont has to get it away from Ament. She sends back to Wardley. Wardley over to Walsh. Walsh, pass up the middle, deflected by Paige Hammond. But Newton North keeps control as it's booted upfield by Hotefuel. Oops. Taken by Price.
Hotefuel just trying her all on that one, but not with much of the plan per se.
Kesselman taking it up the far sideline. Still moving. Kesselman sends a pass through to Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Quick pass to Ament. Ament spinning off her defender. Lifts one out to the near side. Too far forward for Vianello to collect as it goes out the back line. Goal kick.
And this is the thing, when Brookline dribbles up the field, they've had a lot of success. Newton North's midfield hasn't been able to adjust, whether Brookline goes through the middle or down that left sideline, but it's when they get in the box that they need to improve on in the timing there. Mistiming with Vianello.
Brookline making some frontline substitutions. Number 8, Juliana Siegel. Number 19, Jada Kimbrough. And number 25, Lila Cannon checking into the game. Goal kick is downed by Vianello. Sends it up the line. Demont and Kimbrough fighting for that ball as Larson also comes back for it. Kicked up by Demont. Mangata slices it up in the air towards Avisroar. Taken instead by Zoe Antebi. Pass back. Taken, I think, number 3, Amanda Lustenberger. Sent upfield. Tigers dribbling with it. Pass back, Antebi. Sends pass back, misses. Goes off the foot, out of bounds. A little too much mustard on that pass. Might have been forced by the defense of Juliana Siegel. Brookline trying to work it upfield, and did Brookline lose it out of bounds? I kind of missed what happened there.
Looks like it came off a deflection of a Brookline player.
Tigers throw it in, and now it deflects off of North and out of bounds. Brookline ball.
And it seems like the game has been back and forth, just like this exchange. Neither team with much of an edge.
Oh, but Newton North, a takeaway in the offensive end here. Mangata waiting for some help to arrive as she just slowly brings it up. A pass across, finds a target. A shot is fired, but it's a can of corn for Chloe Price as she fields that shot from Zoe Antebi.
And that's the very reason that Brookline's able to get back so quick. Mangata looking for options. Newton North with no offensive players up. So Brookline's able to act as if they have more defenders back anyway.
This one kicked upfield by Vianello. Pass back deflects hard off Marchand's foot. And that's going to roll out of bounds and give Brookline a throw-in opposing territory here.
Another opportunity for Brookline, and it seems just it's going back and forth. One team has a small chance, the other team has a small chance, and we'll see what happens here.
Siegel passes it back. Greer kicks it up the far side, but it's knocked away. off the head of Anteby, and Avasroar can't keep it in. It'll be Brookline ball again.
Brookline's been stronger in the midfield, but Newton North's been stronger in the final third with slightly more shots and shots on target.
This one being moved across midfield by the Tigers, but Eva Berkson races back for it. Gets it back to Elin Lindgren-Palm, who sends it up to Greer. Knocked loose by Hottefuel. And after a couple deflections, Hottefuel recovers, sends a pass for Larson. Larson hit from behind, but the ball is recovered by Xiaowei Ku. Pass back to Demont. Demont's pass close to the sideline. Can it be kept in bounds? No. Just barely goes over that line.
Just barely out of play, and again, Brookline, strong defensive shape in the middle, forcing Newton North to the sidelines.
Still no score here in the first half as a couple of subs check in for Brookline. Looks like Paige Hammond back in the game, and number 10, Alexa Lieberman-Wingirter, out on the field for the first time today. Throw in for Kimbrough. Kimbrough trying to spin off her defender, gets a pass over to, I think, Shoret. It's a bit of a blind spot for me, even if not the camera on that on the corners, because of the fans. You can see them. It's out of bounds, Newton North ball. Throw in, Mangata sandwiched, and it's taken away by Kimbrough. And again, lost out of bounds. And it looks like it is Newton North ball. They're just waiting for a substitution. For a second, I was confused about where the official was pointing there. But it is Tigers ball. Throw in, knocked out of bounds immediately.
And really, these type of plays, they've told the story of the game. Both teams close to an opportunity, but nothing really doing so far.
Throw in to Kimbrough. Taps it back, lost out of bounds again, as we're just chilling in this one spot, trading possessions back and forth. Like you said, Sam, kind of a metaphor for what we've had in the game so far, as finally that ball gets out into open space. Kesselman chases it down and gets around a defender heading up the sideline. Not a lot of room, but Kesselman finding enough space, but ran out of room around midfield. Newton North ball.
Kesselman has done well dribbling up the left side for Brookline, supplying a lot of their opportunities. Although there haven't been many, they have had a couple good looks, and they've been able to get through the midfield of Newton North.
This one lost out of bounds by Newton North, and you're right, Sam. Players like Kesselman and Ament have been so instrumental in getting Brookline upfield with their fast, well-controlled dribbling. Nigrovic passes it back to Elin Lindgren-Palm, who sends it back to Price. Price back to Elin. Back to the outside to Nigrovic. Nigrovic to the middle to Lieberman-Wingirter. Lieberman-Wingirter trying to decide where to go. Sends it up the middle, intercepted by Hottefuel. Hottefuel sends it upfield to Mangata. Mangata dribbling, getting around her defender. Possible chance her defender falls. It's blocked. Second chance. Oh, they couldn't knock it in. And they slice it up in the air. And they do knock it in. Newton North first on the board on a chaotic goal there. I couldn't even see who touched that ball last to get it in. Did you, Sam?
Not sure, Jesse, but Mangata had Sky Larson to her left, number 11 from Newton North, wide open with no one around her. Mangata took the chance herself, a couple bounces, and Newton North overwhelming the Brookline three-back defense.
1-0 now. The Tigers lead off a chaotic goal. Not sure who scored it, as it was a chaotic play around the net. But Brookline now playing from behind. Siegel gives to Hammond. Hammond sending it forward too far. Taken by number 3, Lustenberger. A pass to the middle, a slip and a fall, and Lieberman-Wingirter takes it. Turns around. Oh, we got an injured Newton North player down, looks like. She's struggling to get back on her feet. Seems to have a bit of a limp, maybe. We'll see if she's okay, as Nigrovic missed that pass out of bounds.
Seems like she's doing all right at the moment.
Yeah, looks like it's Eva Hottefuel who's, excuse me, who's just trying to walk that one off. Just trying to tough that one out.
Seems like everything's all right.
Throw in. Nigrovic boots it back, goes off the pole of one of those auto cams that they have going for the teams. Newton North ball, and this time Newton North loses it out of bounds.
And the interesting thing, Newton North gets a goal, but seems like the game status quo has maintained. Both teams stuck around midfield or on the border of the final third, throw in, out of bounds. Really the same story between the two sides.
This throw in bouncing along, and Marchand knocks it out of bounds as the pattern continues, like you said, Sam. This throw in complete to Lila Kennan, taps it back to Siegel. Siegel swings it back to Hammond. Hammond out to the near side looking for number 9, Kaylee Coe. Coe tries a crosser, and it's not there, and knocked out of bounds.
Well, there in the midfield for Brookline, Kaylee Coe was running for a second wide open. Lila Kennan did not see her, but regardless, an opportunity for the Warriors still.
This one knocked out of the box by the Newton North defense. Battling for it. Pass to Larson and taken away by Brookline. Siegel might have gotten away with a bit of a hold there, but play continues on as Hammond dribbling with it. Hammond sending one to the outside, finds Ament. Ament trying to cut around the defense. Ament couldn't find the hole, but knocks the ball loose back to Hammond. Hammond a shot, and it's caught by Wardley.
And that's the first strong chance in a while for Brookline. Still Hammond shooting it from just outside the box. Not a high percentage shot, but a shot worth taking, with Brookline not having many shot opportunities so far.
Ball's bouncing along. Number 2, Jocelyn Wardell, pass it back. Couple deflections. Goes up to Mangata. Mangata sending it down the far side for Wardell. Wardell to the middle, knocked away by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Up to Siegel, taps it back to Hammond. Hammond running with it in transition. Covered by Hottefuel, who knocks it loose. Chasing it down around the near side. Out of bounds, they say Newton North ball.
Newton North now gaining control. They had an opportunity in the middle there with Q running down the center, but it was blocked by Brookline. Now an opportunity for the Warriors.
After the interception by Cannon, gives it to Siegel. Siegel running with it, sending it forward. Too far forward for anyone. It's going to be an easy pickup for Wardley.
Looked like she was looking for Lila Cannon there, but it was still off to the side.
Yeah, off to the side of Cannon and too far out in front for Kimbrough. As this one punted, deflects, headed by Coe over to Hammond. Hammond a pass across, complete to Ament. Ament trying to knife her way through. Ball deflects up to Cannon. Cannon gets around a defender, pass to Siegel. Siegel cutting around, looking. Sends a pass, not there, knocked away. Kimbrough misses on an over-the-back kick, and it's popped up in the air by Larson. Off a couple heads, it's Hammond with it now. Gives over to Coe. Coe up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough trying to maintain control of the ball. Jukes. Dribbling. Passes it back to Nigrovic. Nigrovic. Pass up, misses Ament, but gets to Cannon. Cannon's pass deflected, but gets to Siegel. Siegel trying to knife her way through, gets sandwiched by the defenders, and ball is taken away by Newton North.
Almost for a second, it looked like their pace of play stopped. Could have been a foul, but play on still.
Yeah, you gotta play to the whistle. Can't rely on a foul call. As Newton North dribbling with it, knocked loose by Nigrovic, but knocked back forward by Newton North, but then knocked back away by Hammond. Marchand chased it down, sends it forward, sent desperately back to Marchand as Cannon applying pressure. It's sent way back to Wardley now. Wardley kicks it out to the near side, or it's going to be taken by DeMont. DeMont, cross midfield. Pass up, Larson. Larson Almost lost it, but keeps it. Crosser kick, missed by everybody. In play, shot, diving save by Chloe Price as Jocelyn Wardell almost had a golden chance there.
Good play there from Newton North, able to cross in is Larson, but the one weakness that the Tigers have had, they've been slow in the midfield. That's been the one real thing Brookline has done better in this one, keeping them in it.
And it's taken away there by Koo, sent up to Mangata. Mangata sending a through pass, barely cut off by Nigrovic and cleared out by Shoret as they had Wardell streaking for that leading pass. Good cut off by the defense.
And as the first half goes on, we've seen Brookline's back three get exposed a little bit more as Newton North moves more quickly and utilizes the counterattack into the final third. They're not able to get as much support, and that's when they've been exposed.
Yeah, Sam, you talked about how Brookline was really controlling the middle of the field for much of the first half. It feels like the past couple possessions, Newton North taking control back in the transition game as they hold the 1-0 lead. Kimbrough pressured by Hotafuel. Kick is blocked out of bounds.
Well, it seems like after Newton North scored the goal ever since then, they've taken control of the tempo as well.
Siegel, pass to Hammond. Hammond sending one up, misses. Cannon as went wide to the right, knocked out of bounds by the Newton North defense. Coe throws it into Kimbrough. Battle near the sideline, out of bounds, stays Brookline ball.
Oh, Brookline slowly moving their way forward. Still, the Tigers controlling the possession. Warriors looking to get back into this one.
Kimbrough spins off her defender, sends in a crosser kick, and Wardley has to fall on it herself.
Wardley covering it up there, so fundamentally sound. Brookline's had a couple of long shots that haven't stood much of a chance.
That one deflects out off Newton North. It'll be Brookline ball. Remember, folks, we got no scoreboard clock here at Skyline, so the only thing we can do is wait for the double whistle from the official to signal when the first half comes to an end. Can't tell you how much time we've got left. As Wardley lifts this one out, looking for Larson, but Coe cuts in front. Coe trying to make something happen here, but it's knocked loose by DeMont. Coe trying to cut it back. And now Larson boots it away off the head of Elin Lindgren Palm. Tapped up by Hammond over to Lieberman Wingirder. Sends it out looking for Ahmed, but knocked away. Taken back by Nigrovic, trying to push it forward. And it's tapped back to Lustenberger from number 4, Josephine Thomas. And Newton North loses it out of bounds.
And Brookline's controlled, taking back the tempo a bit in the last couple minutes as they've controlled the possession more, but they haven't gotten into the final third in a good while.
Larson now at the ball. Pass intercepted by Hammond. Hammond leaves it for Siegel. Siegel's pass miscommunicated with Coe, and that's going to roll out of bounds.
Brookline getting trapped in the midfield again. It's been as they've gone from dribbling a lot to passing more. They've struggled a bit.
Off the throw in, it's deflected upfield. Shoret going to get there first. And Shoret opts to kick it out of bounds.
Newton North slowly but surely moving up, but their main weakness from before earlier in the game, moving too slowly through the midfield, they've corrected it, and they've looked way more dangerous.
Another battle for the ball. It's recovered by number 20, Octavia Toma. But now ball knocked out of bounds, stays Newton North ball. DeMont throws it to Toma. Kimbrough applying pressure. Pass goes back to DeMont. DeMont lifts one towards the middle. Knocked away by Nigrovic. Downed by Siegel, but a ball knocked loose. And now a shot from Newton North and an easy pickup off 2 bounces by Price as Lauren Ree couldn't get enough on it.
That's a shot that you might as well take for Newton North. Getting closed out on might as well be worth a try, even if it's low percentage.
Couple deflections back and forth, and it's booted upfield by, I believe, Hotafuel. Chased down by Shorett. Shorett lifts it, and that's going to bounce out of bounds around midfield.
Brookline struggling to get out of their own end and move forward as Newton North is slowly encroached, but consistently. Seems like Newton North has had the bulk of the possession way more than Brookline at the beginning. It was dead even, and Brookline had a few chances, and they did well dribbling, but now it's all North.
This one lifted forward. Nigrovic knocks it away. Taken by Ament. Ament dribbling down that sideline again, trying to make things happen. Cutting towards the middle, looking for space. Tries a long shot, and it's wide of the net and caught out of the air by Wardley.
And there's the dribbling I was talking about. Newton North hasn't attended to the left side or their right side quite as much, so when Brookline just commits to dribbling, Nev Kesselman, Haley Ament, they can create opportunities as they did there. Ament shot still saved, but a good try.
And that is going to be halftime there. Our score at the half, the Newton North High Tigers 1, the Brookline High Warriors 0. During this halftime break, I'd like to direct your attention to some helpful links in the description section of this video. First, you can find a link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club, which supports all 6 Brookline High soccer teams, girls and boys, varsity, JV, and freshmen. And then below that, you can also see some links for our local charity spotlight for today, Brookline Cares. Brookline Cares is a volunteer organization run by Brookline High School students, which seeks to raise awareness and funds to help people experiencing homelessness. Brookline Cares works closely with an organization called the Empowerment Plan. The Empowerment Plan hires and trains those experiencing homelessness to manufacture their special type of coat, known as the Empower Coat, which can double as a sleeping bag. The coats help to keep those struggling with homelessness warm during the colder months of the year, while the jobs manufacturing those coats can help break the cycle of homelessness through gainful employment. What Brookline Cares does is they support the Empowerment Plan by purchasing and distributing those Empower Coats, giving them out to local community organizations and emergency departments that care for the homeless. And you can help them bring more warmth to those in need. Down in the description section of this video, you can find a link on the website classy.org where you can donate money to the Brookline Cares team, supporting their efforts to purchase and distribute more Empower Coats. Or if you're a student interested in joining Brookline Cares, you can find another link in the description section, this time to the organization's own website on wixsite.com, where you can find more information about the group and how you can contact them. Once again, check out those links in the description section and help spread the warmth with Brookline Cares. All of that in the description section down below. But we are at half now. Newton North 1, Brookline 0. Alongside Sam Lowenstein, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Skyline Park. We're going to take a break and mute our mics and run a YouTube ad break here at halftime. But we'll be back with the second half of this ball game. Stay tuned.
on the show indeed.
Hello, everybody. Back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan alongside Sam Lowenstein here at Skyline Park in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the second half of this high school varsity girls soccer contest between the Brookline High Warriors and the Newton North High Tigers. The visiting Tigers with a 1-0 lead over Brookline, coming off a chaotic goal in the box that I think it seems like everybody's trying to figure out who scored that one, Sam. Multiple people were coming up to us being like, who scored that? And meanwhile, I'm trying to look around and find people who scored that. Nobody could tell. It was a tough one.
Two people have came up to us from Newton North's parent fan base already. And who knows? That's what game tape is for.
Yeah,
Thank
exactly.
Goodness.
Brookline will get the opening possession of the second half here as the two teams switch sides. Not as much of an impact switching sides today as the wind almost non-existent in a rarely mild day here at Skyline, as a lot of times you get a significant wind up here on the hill.
It's been beautiful, especially compared to last time.
Now dribbling with it is Haley Ament for Brookline. Ament sending one up, misses Priscilla Hill, and it's going to roll out the back end, goal kick.
Well, that is the right decision from Haley Ament, looking for Priscilla Hill. But even if Hill had gotten to the ball and timed it up well, two defenders right around her wouldn't have allowed for much of a chance for Brookline. Good soft defense, sort of a zone from Newton North.
Grace Marchand taking the goal kick here for the Tigers, sending it out to the far side. Julia Vianello couldn't corral that one, as it'll be a Newton North throw-in.
Well, Vianello looked like she had control of it, but sometimes it just hits off your body. Not much you can do about it.
Kicked forward by Ament up to Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Pass it back to Vianello, who tries to send it up the line. It's blocked, but recovered by Paige Hammond. Hammond sends it back to Rose Shorett towards the middle. An interception stolen away by the Tigers. They're trying for a give and go here, and they just barely run out of room, but it goes right back to a Tiger who tries to lift the shot, misses wide of the net that time. But a huge rush there, starting from the efforts of I think it was number 5, Isabel Morse, who took away that pass initially to get that rush started.
Morse there looking to get a curling ball in, but to no avail, far left.
Again, well, no, I don't think she took the shot. I think she got the steal that started the rush.
Oh, she got the steal.
I think so.
We're not sure who got the shot.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that.
Again, here at Skyline Park, not always easy to see what the jersey numbers are.
Off the throw-in and off a deflection, it's taken now by Juliana Siegel. Pass back to Vianello, who lifts one upfield looking for Ament. Ament trying to chase it down. Blocked out by Colleen Walsh, who taps it out of bounds. Ament down on one knee. Little shaken up on the play, but it looks like she's going to walk it off.
Brookline working it down. Haley Ament, she's been a huge difference maker in the midfield for the Warriors with her dribbling.
Amalia Lindgren-Palm with the ball. Turns around. Almost lost it, but keeps it. Pass gets to Vianello. Vianello winding up, kicking a shot, and it's over the top and hits the outside of the net. And you could hear the optical illusion kind of tricked a few fans who started to celebrate. They saw the net move and thought it was a goal, but nope.
Well, the ripple of the net looked exactly like if she had curled it around into the net, but against Noville. We talk about this a lot, Jesse. The optical illusions, especially here at Skyline Park, with the angles that we watch at and with the fans watch at.
Exactly. That ball lost out of bounds. Brookline ball again. Still a decent shot opportunity from Julia Vianello, just too high on that one. Haley Ament somehow escapes a double team there, sends one forward, but no chance for Vianello. But she's trying to steal it away from Walsh, but Walsh kicks it away. Taken now by Eva Berkson. Berkson trying to fight with it. Berkson tries a kick, gets blocked. Vianello recovers the ball, but it's stolen and kicked up the line by Newton North. They get it up field to, I believe, Ella Avisroar. Now a pass. Dribbling with it, I think, is Eva Hottefuel. A pass to the middle, knocked away and intercepted by Astrid Nigrovic. Nigrovic running it across midfield, now kicking it forward, a race to the ball, and Ament does get there first, but gets whistled for offsides.
Oh, that's such an unfortunate play. Ament hit the post anyway. Wouldn't have gone in even if she was onside, but that's one of those, she just barely times it up wrong, tight offsides, and what are you going to do there? Looked like it had a chance, and a pin drop here at Skyline Park.
Setting up for the free kick here is Marchand. This one lifted across midfield, downed by Mangata. Isabella Mangata dribbling across to the far side, now passes it back to Campbell DeMont, sends it further back to Colleen Walsh. Walsh sending it all the way back to the goalie Annabelle Wardley, pops it out to Marchand as they're being chased by Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Marchand slices that one out of bounds. Priscilla Hill, a quick throw-in to Siegel. Siegel miscommunicates with Hill, and Hill could not keep it in bounds.
Bit of contact, no foul there. And it'll be a throw-in now for Newton North. It's been an even second half. Brookline playing a little bit better than they did at the end of the first half, or Newton North controlled the tempo after they got the inaugural goal in this game.
Couple of ricochets there as it goes up to Sloan. Sloan tries a crosser. It's blocked by Negrovic, but that will draw a corner kick.
Now a corner kick opportunity. There you can see Sloan trying to work it in. Good block there for Brookline. But the first, haven't been many corner kicks in this game. Can't say definitively what number it is, but
it's Marchand, number 23, kicking this one a little too high and out of reach for everybody, and kept in bounds by the Tigers on the far side. Oh, but I'm not sure if they called out of bounds or offsides there. Looks like they're setting up for a throw-in, so it was out of bounds.
And Newton North trying to work it from side to side, but a little bit too far out. Still they're controlling the tempo here in the second half.
Take the ball away and launch a long shot. An easy catch for Chloe Price, the Brookline netminder.
And Chloe Price has had a very good game despite giving up one goal. That one goal was on an extremely chaotic exchange. She's been very sound besides that.
This one bounces upfield, and it's controlled by Ament. Ament now kicking one forward and knocked away by Walsh. Out of bounds. It'll stay Brookline ball.
And throughout this game, both teams have worked the ball on the sidelines. There's been a lot of stoppages, throw-ins, etc.
Siegel dribbling with it across the middle. Tried a shot, and it's blocked. Recovered by Xiaowei Ku. Pass deflected by Vianello. Vianello fighting for it. Vianello knocks it loose. Vianello starting to charge in with it now, but it passes blocked. But this one intercepted by Paige Hammond. Still fighting for it, and it's desperately kicked out of bounds there by the Tigers, and it'll stay Brookline ball.
Julia Vianello doing a good job to work the ball on the sideline now.
And that one knocked out of bounds, and yes, a powerful physical effort from Julia Vianello just to force that offensive opportunity. Ament couldn't get the favorable deflection. It slices off of her foot rather than off a defender, and it'll be a goal kick.
Brookline hasn't had a lot of clear-cut chances in the middle. When they do go through the middle, a lot of their passes have been intercepted by Newton North, and when they go on the side, even if they get farther into the final third, they can't make much out of it.
Marchand kicks this one over the head of Priscilla Hill. Taken by Mangata. Mangata's pass intercepted by Hill, knocked out of bounds by Sloan, and it'll be Brookline ball. Quick throw in from Hill up to Amalia Lindgren-Palm, knocked away, and gets back up to Mangata. Mangata heading up the sideline, knifing through the defenders. Looking, tap to the outside. And a juke and a centering pass intercepted by Elin Lindgren-Palm, who sends it up to her sister Amalia. Amalia decides to go back to Nigrovic. Nigrovic sends it upfield, downed by Walsh, out of bounds. Walsh really following Ament around in that last third. As they throw into Ament here. Ament taps pass through to Lindgren-Palm, back to Ament. Ament tries a long shot, taken off one hop by Wardley.
And Brookline's had a couple of those. You see Haley Ament facing the defensive pressure from two players on Newton North. Thought the best option would be just to take the long shot, even if it didn't go in. Still worth a try, and that's what's happened a lot for Brookline on these near chances.
Pass goes across here to Morse. Morse sends it back to Marchand. Marchand dribbling across midfield with it. Sends pass up. Hard ricochet, and it's recovered by Berkson. Berkson sending it upfield. Finds Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Sends it back to Nigrovic. Nigrovic pops it up in the air. Goes off ahead. Off another. Off another. Tapped over to Vianello, who tries a pass. Can't get enough on it. Intercepted. Vianello staying after the ball. And, I think they just called an offensive push-off on Newton North, and so it's going to be a free kick for Brookline. Again, the physicality of Julia Vianello paying dividends and creating opportunities for the Warriors.
She's proved to be an X factor in this game for Brookline, creating a lot of these opportunities, especially here in the second half, Jesse, where the Warriors have upped the pace on offense.
Brookline still trailing by one, trying to make something happen. Ament taking the free kick. It comes in low. Tapped back and taken by the Tigers as the pass gets up to Morse. Sends it further upfield. Price going to come out for it and just tap it over to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Elin sends it up. Walsh takes it. Quick pass away to Marchand. Keep it away from Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Pass up the line. Could not be kept in bounds by Sloan, and it'll be a Brookline throw-in. Quick throw-in from Hill. And manages to get it to Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Now sent forward to Siegel. Siegel tapping it forward for Amalia. Amalia around the corner. Trying to cut back, and it's tapped out of bounds by the Newton North defense. It'll be a Brookline throw-in. Quick throw-in here. They're trying to push the pace. Siegel with the ball. Pass back Berkson. Berkson getting it away from the pressure back to Nigrovic. Now back to Elin Lindgren-Palm, who knifes her way through the defenders. Brings it upfield. Pass up Hill. Hill does get the foul call there. She got hit from behind. A free kick for Brookline. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. This is a fairly close one, Sam.
Most definitely, Jesse. This is the second opportunity of this nature for Brookline. They've had the bulk of the possession.
Berkson launches one and opts for a shot. Didn't have really the power or the aim on that one. Taken off one hop by Wardley.
And she may have made that decision due to Wardley's positioning, but I do feel that would have been better for Brookline if she had passed that one off. That is a case where there's an opportunity there in the box.
This one lifted upfield for Sloan. Sloan cutting back towards the middle. Sends a pass up. Almost there. Deflects over, and the shot goes wide. That shot coming from, I think, was it Avisroar who shot that one? I think it might have been.
It looked like Mangata to me.
Oh.
Number 8 for the Tigers.
Well, whoever it was, the shot missed wide. As the goal kick given to Nigrovic, sending one up for Elin Lindgren-Palm. Now over to Hammond. Hammond trying to send one up the line a little far, and Vianello can't chase that one down. Newton North ball.
Well, a lot of times a team's success is related to possession, but I think really, Jesse, in the second half, Brookline, their possession has increased because of how they've played in the midfield and their up-tempo style of play.
This one tapped out of bounds by the Newton North defense, and it'll be a chance for Brookline here.
And Brookline's had most of the chances ever since the halftime break at the end of the first half. After Newton North scored the opening goal to break the deadlock, they dominated the end of the first, but it's Brookline now.
Crosser from Ament knocked away by the Tigers. Lost out of bounds. It'll stay Brookline ball. Vianello throws it into Ament. Ament's kick. Oh, I think they're saying handball on Ament, and that's going to be a free kick for Newton North.
That's just an unlucky play. Can't control those to an extent for sure.
And it's a shame because it looked like Ament had a plan to try and deflect it off the defender's body and out the back line to try and set up a corner kick, but no chance for Brookline on that one.
This is what's happened a lot to Brookline. They've been buried in that right corner, right next to the final third of Newton North in the penalty box.
Ament trying to get around that corner now. Sends in a crosser, and no one was there to take it. Nev Kesselman trying to race up for that one, but could not get around the last defender. Now this ball being scrummed for. Nigrovic manages to push it upfield. And now knocked out of bounds by Newton North. It'll be a Brookline throw-in deep in the Tigers' end.
And Brookline's had a lot of these close throw-ins, but it will be important to see is if they can get into the Tigers' penalty box.
Well, not that time, as it's out of bounds. Newton North ball now as a couple subs check in for the Tigers. Still a 1-0 Tigers lead here in the second half. The one chaotic goal from Newton North in the first half, still the only score thus far. Throw in. Knocked loose. Taken by Berkson. Pass back to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Over to Nigrovic. Now back to Price. Price sending it out to the far side to Rose Shorett. Sent up the line to Vianello. Vianello's got some space. Now sending it forward to Ament. Ament trying to push it forward. Ament tries a shot. Oh, just wide of the net and just too far forward for Amalia Lindgren-Palm to knock in. One of the best looks Brookline has had so far.
And that may have been the best look of the game so far for the Warriors. Haley Ament rifling a shot across the face of goal, saved away by Annabelle Wardley.
And Ament will now check out in favor of Jada Kimbrough. Goal kick comes in, deflects off of Sloan, taken by Berkson over to Kesselman. Knocked out of bounds. Newton North ball.
Looked like Kesselman thought it was Brookline ball for a second.
Indeed, she was set to throw that one in, but it's going the other way. Mangata. Pass intercepted by Hammond. Oh, kicked forward by Vianello. She gets tripped hard, but gets it up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough lost it to the slide tackle from Walsh.
And an injured Brookline player.
And we've
like
got
it's Vianello.
Yeah, we got a foul on Newton North, looks like, and we do have Vianello down injured. Player who's, as we've discussed, Sam, been such an X factor for Brookline. Could be a tough one to lose for the Warriors. They're already missing one co-captain today in Mirabelle Kesselman. They don't want to be missing 2 out of 3 if they were to lose Vianello to injury here.
And you just hope she's okay.
Absolutely.
Took a hard fall, and then Jada Kimbrough sort of flipped over at the end of a play, but she seems to be fine on a clean slide tackle later on. And Vianello now sitting up.
Slow to get up. Seems to be walking with a bit of actually a not very noticeable limp. She's going to be helped off the field. Oh, she's being carried off. Not what you want to see, but hopefully it looks worse than it is.
You gotta hope.
In the meantime, Brookline will get a free kick. I think they let him play since Brookline had the advantage out of the first foul.
And the second one was not clean. It was a foul.
Yes.
And Kimbrough.
No, I'm saying I don't think either play was clean, but I think they let them play through the first. Yeah, through the first because Brookline had the advantage. They had the ball, but then the second one stopped that advantage, so they called it. So Eva Berkson lining up to take this free kick. Potential for a shot here. Lifts it high and too high and well over the bar.
It looks like there she was trying to cross it to the left side to set up a header, but put a little bit too much on it and too straight. So all that to no avail, and Newton North with the goal kick.
And in the meantime, Brookline seems to have subbed in Kaylee Coe in place of the injured Vianello. Shoret boots this one up in the air. Bounces to the outside, Kesselman. Knocked out of bounds, Brookline ball. Kesselman having switched from the near side to the far side. So that one booted away. Out of bounds again, still Brookline ball.
And a rethrow for Nev Kesselman.
Yes. The rethrow gets to Kimbrough. Kimbrough taps it to the middle, complete to Siegel. Siegel turning around, trying to find some space. Kicks it over. It's taken by Berkson, who taps it over to Nigrovic. Nigrovic trying to dribble around her defender. Pass to Siegel. Siegel back to Nigrovic. Nigrovic trying to dribble around. Fits a pass through to Hammond. Hammond knocked over, gets to Siegel. Siegel's kick blocked, bouncing towards the box, and Kimbrough trying to race after it, but it's knocked away by DeMont. Last touched by Newton North. It'll be Brookline ball. The Warriors desperately trying to generate a chance for an equalizer here as Siegel takes the throw in. Trying to get around her defender, but no dice as it's kicked away. And I think they called a foul on Siegel for the grab. So free kick for Newton North.
Brookline's momentum has stalled a bit here in the later parts of this second half. Again, no scoreboard clock here at Skyline Park. The triple whistle will be the finale.
Took the words right out of my mouth there, Sam. Can tell we've done a number of broadcasts together. Hotefuel dribbling, sends a pass up, intercepted by Nigrovic. Nigrovic sends it, slowly rolling across midfield. Zoe Antebi chases it down, passes it back to Walsh. Sends it out to Lustenberger, up to Sloan. Sloan sending it upfield, knocked back by Elin Lindgren-Palm, up to Siegel. Siegel out to Coe. Coe up the line to Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Knocked out of bounds, Brookline ball. Couple subs checking in on both sides now, as it looks like Hannah Greer and Haley Ament will check back in for Brookline. And for Newton North, I think among the subs is number 22, Maria Papoutsis. Throw in to Greer. Tap back Nigrovic. That one knocked back to the Brookline end. Elin Lindgren-Palm chase it down. Pass back to Price. Price up the middle to Greer. Back to Lindgren-Palm. Back up to Greer. Outside Nigrovic. Over to Coe. Back to Nigrovic on the give and go. Now up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough stopping. Dribbling around through the middle. With some space, slide tackle by Hotefuel knocks it loose, but it's recovered by Hammond. Pass back to Shoret, to the outside to Kesselman. Kesselman now starting to dribble towards the middle, sends it across to Greer. Greer got tangled up and couldn't get a good pass away as it's intercepted by the Tigers. Now Papautsis gives it over to Xiaowei Ku. Ku sends it upfield. Battle for the ball. Recovered. Pass back. Hot to Fuel. Further back to Walsh. Walsh boots it upfield. And I think we got an offsides call against Mangata there. That was smart. Nigrovic, after she made sure Mangata was behind her when the kick was first made, she jumped behind her so that Mangata would be the first one to touch it, triggering the offside rule. Smart play from Astrid Nigrovic on defense again. Kimbrough sending one into the box. Nobody there. Taken off 2 hops by Wardley.
There's another shot where Jada Kimbrough just looking for some opportunity, taking a long shot. It's been a long story, and it's been a similar story to a lot of others for Brookline in this game.
Choret up to Greer, back to Elin. Lindgren Palm now out to Nigrovic. Nigrovic can't get around Papautsis. Pass goes back to Lustenberger, who sends it back to Wardley. Wardley's kick gets out to Lustenberger. Lustenberger's pass, a miscommunication, but it's kept in bounds by the Tigers. Now battling along the near side, and it's controlled by Mangata. Mangata taking it down the sideline. And it's lost out of bounds, Brookline ball.
Brookline with another throw in, but this time in their own end, and it's been a dead stalemate here in the second half.
Off the throw in. It's a scrum for the ball. Gets out to Antebi. Antebi's kick blocked by Siegel, recovered by Greer. Back to Elin, who pops it up the middle, knocked back by Hot to Fuel, but right to Greer. Passes out to Kaylee Coe, sends it back to Nigrovic, sent upfield. Walsh knocks it back, up to Papautsis, back to Lustenberger. Lustenberger, kick is deflected, and it's gonna roll out of bounds. And we got some subs checking in for Newton North with a goal kick coming up.
Newton North in control of this one, 1-0. At the end of the first half, the Tigers took control of the game. Here in the second half, Brookline's played a little bit better, but they have not gotten a goal. Neither side has.
This pass deflects towards the middle, kicked upfield by Siegel. Ament racing back after it, but coming out of the box to kick it away is Wardley. Greer heads it upfield, deflects back. Greer kicks it again. Off the knee of Marchand, headed forward by Kesselman. Ament takes it. Ament racing up, kicks it towards the middle, and it's covered up by Wardley.
Haley Ament there looking for Jada Kimbrough, trying to play it back into her to set up the tap in right in front of the net. But a good save by Wardley to thwart the opportunity.
This one deflects out of bounds. Newton North ball. Brookline still desperate for that tying score.
They've came close, but not close enough, and really only one shot that was parried away, even by Wardley, where she had to put a lot of effort into it. Newton North, their patented defense that we talked about before the game, they've struggled. They had given up 10 goals in 3 games. 9 goals, excuse me.
Now dribbling through. It's Mangata, pass back. Kick by Morse is blocked by Greer. Popped up in the air, headed forward by Siegel, up to Kimbrough, who pops it up high. Ament downs it. Ament passing forward, and it does get to Kimbrough. Kimbrough running with it, gets walled by the defense, knocked out of bounds. And, oh, is that a... Did they signal oh, they signaled a timeout. Timeout was called, I presume, by Brookline, as unfortunately with no scoreboard clock here, we have no way of knowing how much time is left. But with Brookline calling a timeout, you got to imagine not much, as they're probably trying to strategize their last push to try and get the tying score.
Brookline, they've came close to getting good chances in the final third. Only one good shot on goal from the Warriors. Besides that, they've been either defended well at midfield or cornered to the right or left side with no chance at getting into the box, and they've had to resort to taking a lot of shots outside the box or just shots that don't have much power on them or chance at going in.
Couple notes in the live chat from Joanna Selikoff-Fricky saying, I had to tune in late, but there has been no shaken and bacon of the video, referring, of course, to my earlier comment in the live chat. I was worried about the Wi-Fi connection because it was looking bad before the game started, but it really settled down. It's been strong throughout, so I don't even think I'll have to upload a recording later tonight. Even though my comment says I would, I was anticipating a bad Wi-Fi connection that it hasn't been bad today.
Well, thank goodness it hasn't been windy. Last time we did a game together, a boys varsity game, and wow, there was a ton of wind.
Oh, it was awful.
It was all over the place.
It was awful. Now out of the timeout, Brookline with a throw-in. Backing down with it is Ament. Ament tries a kick into the box, and no one there to follow up on that one. It's taken off 2 hops by Wardley.
And that's yet another shot. Haley Ament looking for something, but a low percentage shot from her.
Now to the outside. North working it up the field. Nev Kesselman trying to deflect it away. Booted back the other way by Marchand. That'll fly out of bounds, but it does create a Brookline possession. Throw in, however, deflects too hard off Ament, and it goes right back to the Tigers.
Yet again, Brookline working the sideline. That's been a big reason why there's been so many throws, and they've had some success with it. It's been a back and forth affair, as you can see here.
Absolutely.
In the midfield. Brookline at times has dominated. Nev Kesselman's done a good job. Haley Ament's done great running down the field with their dribbling skills for the Warriors, but often when they've tried to pass or create lanes, they've struggled and been intercepted.
This one back to Brookline. And now back to Newton North.
Also, you can never underestimate or you can never underappreciate the importance of Julia Vianello in the midfield for Brookline. She's created a lot of opportunities for them in this one. Out right now due to an injury. Hopefully she is okay as she was carried off the field. Now goal kick for Brookline.
Yes. Price lining up for the goal kick. No, did they say a corner? Brookline is incredulous at this one. The officials saying that a Brookline player touched it before it went out the back line, giving the corner kick to Newton North. Brookline trying to plead their case, but I don't think that's a case they're going to win. Unless, although I think they're stopping the clock here for an official review of that call. But like I said, that's not an appeal they're going to win, as Newton North will set up for the corner kick. This one lifted into the box, coming in high and just barely blocked at the goal line. I think that was Elin Lindgren-Palm marking up the Newton North player. I think might have been Colleen Walsh, actually.
Yes, that's number 6, Colleen Walsh.
The center back in there on near that right side post, but Elin Lindgren-Palm marking her up to prevent a potential goal. Battling in the corner for it. Newton North trying to kill some clock as it's knocked out of bounds. Brookline takes it back. Throw in to Ament, but the throw-in missed out of bounds. Back to Newton North.
You know what I wonder, Jesse?
How
many throw-ins has there been this game?
Yes.
Combined between the two teams, because it seems like
They give the corner kick to Newton North again on the close deflection there.
this is a huge play here. Brookline, really with their backs against the walls in this game, need to defend the corner kick of Newton North.
Brookline keeping both of their strikers upfield for a potential counterplay, but it's not going to be a chance for a counterplay. That one, oh wait, they're waving it off. I think they called goalie interference on Newton North, so that goal does not count. It is still 1-0. Oh, but they're saying Brookline rushed the free kick.
It came off the head of Chloe Price and back into the net. But again, goalie interference, no goal for Newton North.
It came off the head of Price herself?
That's what it looked like to me.
Huh. Couldn't tell if a Newton North player had gotten her head on it.
It looked like it came off the head of Price. We'll have to look at the replay, but
yeah,
at least to me, that's what it seemed like.
More confusion in the box as always, but the point is Brookline still has a chance as the goal did not count, but time is not on their side here as they prepare for a goal kick.
It came off the top of her head, and then she turned back just slightly.
Okay. Goal kick goes to Nigrovic. Nigrovic sends it upfield, and this one deflects. Kimbrough taking control of it, or trying to off the high bounce. Now pops it up in the air, but nobody is there on the far side as they lose that one out of bounds.
Newton North back with it. Overall, it's been an even second half between the two sides. Newton North dominated the end of the first half where they got their first goal, and after that, but it's been really even ever since. Brookline looking to tie it up.
And even more throw-ins coming in.
Even more.
Here. Yes.
In case there weren't enough.
Greer pops it to the outside to Ament. Ament takes it, dribbling, waving around across the middle, looking for her options, tries a long shot, and an easy catch for Wardley.
Haley Ament's taken a couple of these long shots from outside the box, some from longer distances than others, but one common theme, Annabelle Wardley has been very sound in grabbing them.
Another Brookline throw-in as Kesselman sends it up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough tapping to the outside. Ament again. Ament trying to cut around, but disrupted and cleared away by, I believe, Hotafuel. A race back for the ball. Elin Lindgren-Palm gets there first. Kicks it upfield. Off the bounce. Tapped by Kesselman. Kesselman staying after it and knocks it loose. Kesselman gets the pass up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough looking around. Taps it, but nobody there. And it's going to be taken by Morse. Morse's pass, nobody there. And Nigrovic going to let it roll out of bounds. Quick throw in up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough taps a pass over to Siegel, taps it forward, disrupted by Hotafuel, out of bounds once again. Brookline again trying to rush the throw in. And it's booted out by Lustenberger. Stays with Brookline. Siegel to Kimbrough. Kimbrough taps back to Siegel. Siegel looking around, pass back to Greer. Back to Nigrovic. Nigrovic's kick.
Comes
Hard
over towards us.
Ricochet, but we're all okay over here. And more importantly, so is the equipment.
Ricochet off the new equipment, or the newly used equipment.
And a hard collision there. But no call as Brookline takes it. Greer's kick ricochets off a defender. They're still chasing after that ball. Siegel trying to take it. Deflects forward. A block by Ament, but recovered by Marchand. Sends it upfield. Headed forward by Shoret. Downed by Siegel. Tapped back to Greer. Greer over to Nigrovic. Nigrovic trying to move with it, but cut off. But still gets the pass up to Amalia. Amalia back to Greer. Greer looking around, back out to Amalia. Amalia back to Greer. And back to Elin. They got to find something as Elin slides it over to Shoret. Shoret, kick upfield, finds Ament. Ament cutting around, taps it, misses Siegel as it's going to be taken instead by Lustenberger. Gets it up to Larson. Larson keeps it in bounds. No, she doesn't. Lost it out. Brookline ball. Quick throw in, off ahead, and Negrovic's kick flies out of bounds. Newton North ball. Subs checking in for Newton North.
Another throw-in coming.
Yep, and that's the thing. You can only substitute when it's your throw-in, in part because subbing in can be a good way to kill clock, which is, of course, something Newton North definitely wants to do with the 1-goal lead here late in the second half. Battle for the ball is won by Kimbrough. Kimbrough kicks it upfield, headed down by Walsh, out of bounds. Kimbrough, quick throw-in. Ament knocked over by Hottefuel from behind, draws the foul call.
Hottefuel ran her over.
Now
good opportunity for Brookline. That's a dangerous position.
Got to set up fast, though, as the official's like, no, back to the spot of the foul. Ament setting up to kick this one. As again, got to get back to the proper spot. Might go for a shot, might go for a crosser into the box. Let's see what she tries. Flying into the box, header chance, deflects down, and it's taken by Newton North as they clear it away. Battling for it is Negrovic, trying to keep it on the attack. She gets hit from the back, and it'll be another free kick for Brookline. Negrovic trying to set it up fast and leave it for Ament, setting up to kick it again.
It looked like there could have been enough chaos for Brookline to get a goal on that one.
Swan flying straight to the goal, and it's a pop fly catch for Annabelle Wardley.
And one of many in this game.
Wardley punts this one, downed by Amalia. Battle for the ball, and it gets up to Mangata. Mangata taking it down near the sideline, trying to elicit the deflection out of bounds. Kicked away. Kept inbounds, sounds like. And now it's out of bounds. Brookline ball, a throw in. Lost out of bounds, but stays Brookline ball. I think they said, oh no, it's a free kick. They said there was a push in the back, which forced Kimbrough out of bounds, and so they gave Brookline a free kick here. Negrovic boots it. Bouncing through to Kimbrough, but walled off. Hottefuel dribbles it out of bounds. Throw in. Kimbrough goes to Ament. Ament cutting through. Ament tries a shot and slices it wide.
Haley Ament, good idea there. Tried to curl it into the top right corner, but instead it went the other way. A Roberto Carlos shot, but with too much movement on it. Haley Ament, she's taken so many of those shots, and unfortunately for Brookline, they haven't been successful just yet. It's because Newton North has been able to solidify their defensive presence in the penalty box, not allowing Brookline to get anywhere close to the goal.
And another fight for it on the far sideline, out of bounds, Newton North ball. So hard to take a shot on the run and get it to where you want it to go. And that was clearly the case there with Ament's last shot. Again, Newton North trying to kill the clock here with a 1-goal lead. This one deflects, out of bounds. Stays with the Tigers.
Newton North is chugging their way down the sideline with these throw-ins. Again, a great way to kill clock for them.
That one kept inbounds by Brookline. Newton North still with control as the pass goes to Morse. Morse tries a long kick, and it's going to be taken off 2 hops by Price.
Emily Sloan was wide open on the right side, but Morse electing to shoot it.
This one off of Kimbrough's head. Blocked up in the air. Ament couldn't quite get her foot on it, and it's taken instead by Hatefuel. Hatefuel's passed to the outside looking for Avisroar, and it's going to roll out of bounds. Another Brookline throw-in.
Brookline moving quickly.
Up the sideline, and Marchand boots it away. Over the head of Elin Lindgren-Palm. Avisroar tries a shot, Lindgren-Palm blocks it, and now boots it upfield. It's a race to the ball. Kimbrough trying to get there, and she's boxed out by Lustenberger. Out of bounds, Newton North ball. Throw. And there is the triple whistle, and that is your ball game. The final score, the Newton North High Tigers 1, the Brookline High Warriors 0. A tough game for Brookline offensively. They generated a few low percentage chances, got a few exciting moments here and there, but nothing really coalesced into the shooting opportunity that they wanted. Newton North getting the one chaotic goal in the first half that proved the only mark on the scoreboard for today.
And Brookline, they had their times where they controlled the possession of the game. They were great in the midfield for portions, but Newton North, their defense, their patented defense, we talked about it before the game. Their defense had struggled coming into this one. 9 goals allowed in 3 games. That's 3 goals on average allowed per game. But in this game, they really lived up to the hype, playing really strong in the penalty box. One thing that was consistent throughout the game was Brookline just couldn't get through. There was one opportunity where Amalia Lindgren-Palm got into the box, had a small shooting window, but was defended by 3 players from Newton North very quickly, and the opportunity quickly disappeared. So, game where Newton North, their defense most definitely set the tone. It was the anchor of the game, and on to the next one for the Warriors.
So Brookline falls to 0-3-1 on the season, while Newton North gets their first win. They improve to 1-3. And that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. Alongside Sam Lowenstein, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you to all those. You can say it in the comment section down below here on YouTube. Also, be sure to go down below to the description section of this video, as it looks like our Wi-Fi is just now cutting out now that the game is over. I'm okay with that.
That's good luck.
But go down below to the description section of the video where you can find a link for the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club, which supports all 6 Brookline High soccer teams, girls and boys, varsity, JV, and freshmen. You can also find a couple of links for our local charity spotlight, Brookline Cares. You can also find some links related to me that you can also find in the bottom right corner of your screen. My personal website, jessesports.com, if you would like to find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that, you can email me directly with any questions, requests, or comments you may have. You can see my email down there as well. And you can also follow me on social media on Instagram and Facebook, where I sometimes post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that's going to do it. Newton North 1, Brookline 0 from Skyline Park in Brookline, Massachusetts. Alongside Sam Lowenstein, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.